All right, good afternoon, everybody. Mobile police are working to ensure a safe New Year's Eve. The Indianapolis Colts are replacing one local quarterback with another local star, and 3 local beaches have been named to a top 10. That's all ahead on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
And good afternoon, everybody. I'm Chad Petrie in today for Devin Walsh for News 5 Now at 12:35. Really a lot of cool stuff happening around town. I want to keep you all up to date on everything that is happening. Number one, if you go outside, you can feel the big change. The weather, that is one of the big stories on News 5. We'll be talking a little bit about the weather. We'll be talking a little bit about what you think are some of the highlights of 2025. And, of course, our question of the day, our poll of the day as well, going over all of that stuff today. But first, we start off this segment, as we do every segment on News 5 Now, with the big stories of the day, what we're following on News 5. Number 5, the next time you go into a post office, you may not get your exact change back if you pay in cash. With the end of penny production, the United States Postal Service has begun to round cash transactions to the nearest nickel. So, a little complicated, but that means if you're owed change ending in a 1, 2, 6, or 7 cents, that'll be rounded down. And any change ending in 2, 4, 8, or 9 will be rounded up. So if you find yourself at the post office soon, don't be surprised if you might be owed 57 cents, but only get 55 cents back in return. Number 4, the Indianapolis Colts are making another change at quarterback from one local quarterback to another. Indianapolis apparently switching to former Fairhope star Riley Leonard for the final game of the season. That's according to ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler. Current St. Michael head coach Philip Rivers has been the starting quarterback for the last 3 games after coming back from a 5-year retirement. The Colts, though, have lost all those games with Rivers as the starting QB. Leonard and the Colts finished their season on the road on Sunday versus the Houston Texans. Number 3, it may be too cold for a swim at the beach right now, but hey, you could still do a walk. You bundle up, right? 3 local beaches have been named to the top 10 best beaches according to Condé Nast Traveler's 38th Annual Reader's Choice Awards. Orange Beach listed at number 1. Orange Beach is listed at number 10, followed by Navarre Beach at number 2, and at number 1 is Pensacola Beach. Now, both of those Northwest Florida beaches finished ahead of 5 beaches from Hawaii. Each beach is ranked based on relaxation, diversity, and activities, and its unique distinctions. These beaches were voted on by more than 750,000 people. Number 2, a man is pleaded guilty to drug and gun charges out of Pensacola. 19-year-old Traviance Sanders was arrested back in August after U.S. Immigration and Customs agents were alerted about a Glock switch being delivered to his address. Pensacola police searched the home, and they say they found a modified Glock, marijuana, and ammunition. Sanders faces up to 10 years imprisonment on each of the firearm charges and up to 5 years on the narcotics charge. Number 1, tomorrow, thousands of people will be in downtown Mobile to watch the big moon pie drop in downtown Mobile. Mobile police say they're doing all they can to make sure everybody stays safe. For example, bollards will be in place to close off streets and protect people walking. Those were first used earlier this year during the Mardi Gras season after the New Orleans New Year's terror attack. Of course, extra manpower will be on the street as well with uniformed police officers and plainclothes police. Mobile police say one of the best things you can do to stay safe is have a designated driver. All right, that's a look at our big stories on News 5 Now. All right, lots to talk about today as well with our question of the day. And our question of the day, it's a big one. It's one that really everybody can chime in on. This is something that you look back on the end of the year. When you get to New Year's, you get to look back on all the cool stuff that has happened over the course of the last 365 days. And that is our question of the day. What has been your favorite part of 2025? And I was talking about this at the previous News 5 Now. I feel like the best part of 2025 really came early. And that was the snowstorm in January. And it wasn't just any snowstorm. This was a real, honest to goodness snowstorm, because when I've been here since 2007. And when I moved down here, really the snowstorms are not like the snowstorms you get at home. It's a dusting of snow generally, if you see any wintry precipitation at all. But this one in January, if you were here in January, this was multiple inches of accumulation of snow, and not just any snow. Normally it's often close to freezing. This was well below freezing. So we had situations where it was this powder, this very light powder that you had to trudge through to get by. And for my kids, I think that the biggest joy for me was seeing my kids enjoy this, savor this, cherish this, to play in the backyard and then build snowmen. They had snowmen in our yard probably for 5 or 6 days, and they were happy to check on the snowmen every single day to see how they were shrinking and going down. That is definitely a highlight for me. Yeah, news-wise, another cool highlight was seeing Amtrak come back. This is also a story that people have been talking about for more than 20 years. And really, when the earliest incarnation of trying to return rail service to this area honestly seemed like a pipe dream, that it was never going to happen. But over the years, every 2 or 3 years, it seemed to keep gaining momentum. I mean, it wasn't as grand as the initial plan that they had at first, but it happened, and it's continuing. We'll have to see how long it continues, but at least the way Amtrak's telling it, that it went very well. All right, so let me scroll through some of the Facebook comments for your favorite part of 2025. Planning for the midterms, another year that God gave me to share his love and salvation. Looking forward to sharing more in 2026 from Herb Fisher. New president. Well, technically that was actually, Trump was inaugurated in 25, so that does count, certainly. We're also talking about just different things that are happening over 2025. A lot of cool stuff that people were talking about. We had another commenter earlier talking about the snowstorm as well. It's cool that one of the highlights came really, really early in the year. And I remember my son came up to me recently and asked if we were going to have a snowfall like that again. And I said, son, this is, if you live here, this is probably going to be one of those once-in-a-lifetime kind of snowstorms right there. All right, so other things to talk about today. We go from the question of the day to, of course, our News 5 poll. And another thing that we're asking folks about, we're asking them about, do you set off fireworks on New Year's Eve? And there are a lot of differing opinions on this. Some people definitely do. I think more people at least hear them than don't hear them, because I have lived in many different states, many different cities, and most of my broadcasting career has been trying to go to sleep on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, just to get up early for a radio broadcast or a TV broadcast the next day, and inevitably I'm woken up by fireworks. But when it comes to fireworks, a lot of people say that they try to go to public displays of fireworks, that kind of works out better for them. My favorite comment that I've seen so far was from Matt Erdman, who said, nice try, MPD. That gave me a little chuckle. We appreciate you guys chiming in on that. And News 5 Now will also be continuing later today at 5:35. Of course, we've got the 4 on 5 coming up at 4 and the newscasts in the evening as well. So we ask you to join us for that. And if you're not following on the WKRG Facebook page, please do that as well. Subscribe to WKRG on Facebook. That'll keep you up to date on a lot of stuff that we have going on around town. We thank you for joining us for News 5 Now. We'll see you later.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.